Hi everybody and welcome. This is Vincent from Egodrift, and I was supposed to be here today to tell you something about our newest upcoming release, the new 4730 and 4726 EC Eclipse models. But fortunately for me and you, this video has already been done by somebody who is way more proficient in building helis, tuning helis, flying helis, teaching people how to fly helis. And we're going to play this clip by Dave Fisher from Flyin Fish in the UK in just a minute. But with this, what the presentation of the motor is basically already done now, I'm at liberty to tell you something about what makes these motors special, because it's all too easy to miss. You might think it's about the 47 size and going up in size makes the motor better, but it's not about that. It's about the fact that we have just achieved the next big thing in heli motors and model hobby motors by developing the very first 0.1mm stator lamination. Our current lineup, the 4530 HT models that our pilots have been flying for up until now, were based on a 0.15mm architecture, and much like in a CPU generation, by going from 0.15 to a 0.1mm stator lamination, we are able to not only pack 50% more stator layers into the same height, but also create a motor that provides a much higher energy density and reduced eddy currents for a very, very different flight experience. It runs cleaner, it provides insane bottom end torque, it also gives you more power, but at the same time, and this is where the motor is a bit of a paradox on, it gives you longer flight times. Because usually if you create more torque, you would expect the currents to be higher. So on the 4530 models, you would probably have seen something like 200, 220, 240 amps if you were really pushing it, like our pro pilots, Keniko, Campo, I do. But on the new motors, you're about to see 50, 40, 50 amps less on the same flight. So you're gaining more flight time, more bottom end torque, more power, and a cooler running motor on top. And this is really about the stator design featuring this 0.1mm lamination that is to this day really still very, very rare, even in high-end military applications, let alone anywhere in hobby. And we have brought this new technology step to our heli motors with the new 4730 and 4726 EC Eclipse models. And to give you all the overview that you need and then some, thank you very much, Dave. Let me just play the clip by Dave for you. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Dave Fisher and have the greatest of pleasure of introducing the Egodrift 4730 Eclipse motor. This is going to be introduced along with the Egodrift 4726 Eclipse motor also. Let's have a look inside the box. This motor isn't just a 47mm motor. This has been designed as a world first by Egodrift. The stator is manufactured with 0.1mm laminations. Along with the curved stator arms and the curved magnets, you have a higher flux density, more power, less eddy currents, it's more efficient, and better commutation. But what does that actually mean? What it actually means is you have a really powerful motor which delivers torque right from the bottom end, low down torque. It also runs cool and has a very linear throttle response right the way through the rev band. To deliver this power, the shaft has gone from 7mm up to 8mm and has 8mm bearings. Very substantial, reliable, powerful motor. Okay, so the reality of flying this motor, that's the technical side of it. Today, I fitted one of these motors to my Gold Goblin helicopter. And there we go, there it is. I put this in, I have another helicopter like this, which is identical, which has the 4530 motor in it, because I wanted to compare them. So I've slotted this motor in, which is, bearing in mind, a 540 kV motor. The previous motor is 550 kV motor. I have the same gearing, the same gains on the ESC, the same settings in the ESC, and also the same percentages in the ESC. So I'll be running a slightly lower head speed on this one. I didn't want to change anything. Once I got the machine in the air, it was instant, the difference. I could feel that the machine would accelerate from a touch of the collective. It would accelerate immediately. The machine felt more locked, The manoeuvres were larger despite having a lower head speed. I had more power. And the thing that was most noticeable was when you were in very light winds and you were doing tick-tocks or pyro-tick-tock manoeuvres. Normally when you get into dead air, the machine tends to fall and you need a lot of collective to catch it. Didn't happen with this. That instantaneous power from this machine meant that it stayed airborne more easily, gave more confidence. So very, very noticeable. When I landed it, the motor indeed was cool. The flight time was longer, it was more efficient, I had more out of the battery, so that was true as well. I also didn't have such high current spikes, so with the previous motor I could hit above 200 amps quite easily with spikes. With this one here we were hitting 185 maximum, 180, 185 with the same flying style. So it lived up to the expectations. Very, very noticeable. If you get one of these motors, you will notice a difference. It is absolutely fantastic. One of the things that's instantly noticeable is that the torque gives the power, but if you don't push the stick, it's not intimidating. It doesn't run away with you, so it's there when you need it. So if you fit one of these motors, I can guarantee you'll be smiling from ear to ear when you fly it. Well done, Egodrift.
Well, thank you very much, Dave, for the great video. I think you covered it in more detail than I could have. So the last bit of information that I would like to give all of you out there is the information about the release. We're going to have something special with these models now. We're going to have a coordinated global release, which will include our dealers. So we've given all of them a chance to order the motors ahead of time, to have them in stock for you already at launch or just shortly after. So starting August 1st, the 4th, you'll find the first 4 models, the 4730EC Eclipse in 540 kV, which is going to be the main model, and the 520 kV version for slightly lower head speeds, and the same kV, so 540 and a 520 for the 4726 Eclipse at our dealers and on our website. And we hope you enjoy these new models. We hope you enjoy this new leap of technology that the new 47 Eclipse motors bring to the market. Thank you very much. Enjoy.